Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Baron here. We're going to be taking out the Panther 2 with the small-term turret and the 88mm KWK-43. So we've got our primary, secondary, and tertiary rounds. Actually, I want heat as secondary. So we'll do that, and we will choose the western spawn point. Actually, do we want to do that? No, we'll go eastern. Do flanking because, interestingly enough, I like that this tank is in the game. I think that the Panther Ausführung F, the one with the 75mm gun, seeing that at tier 5 is kind of silly to me, personally. I think that should be tier 4, or maybe even like a premium tier 4. I mean, it's a 75mm gun, but yeah. So there's a lot of detractors to this tank, especially, I mean, not in general, but for its tier, for tier 5. You are a little more mobile than a decent amount of tanks at this tier, but you're still gonna have to deal with T-54s, and there's an IS-4M over there creeping around, so getting in these little shootouts I wouldn't recommend. We got a pretty nice 88mm gun, but we can't withstand a lot of damage from enemy tanks. We're not armed for it, and I don't think our mobility isn't nearly as good as, say, T-54s, even T-44s, and T-44s are at tier 4. A lot of 4s right there, I know, but I just find that strange that the Panther, you know, Ausführung F, I don't know if this is a good idea, actually. Probably not, but we're doing it. Because I saw someone creeping. So let's hope we can ambush them and not get wrecked. Oh, tits! Wow. That was special. Ladies and gentlemen, an IS-4M. A snapshot. Now, the other day, I was going... Oh my gosh. We got pretty fortunate there, and we gotta get out of there. We gotta get out of here. Reverse is bad. The reverse in this tank is just absolutely terrible. But yeah, so there's a nice little weak spot on the IS-4M and the IS-3s, and we kind of just snapshotted right into one. But I'm really proud with that shot, I gotta say. I was not expecting to survive that engagement, but we were just a little bit quicker than the enemy. So we capped A, and we have B. So I'm not sure where my friend here's going. Let's see what we can see. Nothing over there. I don't really want to defend an allied bomber. Oh, I was like, what is going on? Oh, I'm looking the wrong way is what's happening. Yeah, I'm definitely looking the wrong way. Sorry there. It's late. I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 a lot lately. But obviously this is the most requested tank. I'm interested to see what tanks you're going to request next, because we've covered the vast majority of tier 5s, and I understand everyone wants to see, you know, what all the big dogs are like. Oh, look at that. Panther 2s, we're hitting well above our weight class right now. Whoop. Can't see. Oh wow, he's facing at me. Let's get out of here. Yag Tiger. Oh my gosh. This is... Oh wow. If I had waited a little bit, but we got decent reload. I'm gonna shoot him right in the rear part of this turret. Hope to ammo rack it. See what happened. Yep. So it's good. It's helpful to know the anatomy of the enemy tanks, so that you can perform pretty well. But here we are, Panther 2. Oh, we got 2 on the move here. Oh, a little behind. Oh, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Ground unit destroyed right through the turret ring. Is anyone behind me? Oh, we hit that rock and I was like, oh my god, there's someone behind me. They're actually doing fantastic in this tank. But it is very difficult tank to use. Ooh, I tried to. The back part of that turret, you know where I love to hit on those Tiger 2s. But I'm hoping they get distracted and I can just pop out. Just hit them in the side. Might as well use the artillery. We got it. Ooh, I'm surprised that didn't kill him. We should have done enough damage to where if he had fired. Huh. 2 pretty good hits. No, there's a Ferdinand. That should kill him. And now hopefully we're gonna get this nice easy shot on the side of a Ferdy. Oh, it's gonna be popping out here. Please? Final blow. Killed that guy. Did we kill him? Pretty sure we did. So now let's go over the armor. I'll show you guys why I think this thing at tier 5, you're gonna have a tough time. We were pretty fortunate with that IS-4M, and I'll show you the armor, the little spot in the armor that we hit, because we aimed straight at it. And the angle I had is going to be interesting. I'll try to replicate it as close to accurately as I can. Our team just mopped the floor with the enemy. I'm not sure what this guy... Okay, he was driving T-54s, IS-3s, and the ZSU-37. Some of those Russian... Oh, thanks, William. Yeah, let's check it out. We'll show off the armor. Time for the armor, but I'm gonna be comparing a tier 3 Panther with a tier 5 Panther, and I want you guys to take note of a few things. Tier 5 Panther, 100 millimeters on the front, 55-degree slope, so effective thickness straight on is anywhere between, you know, 150 and 160 millimeters. This little... The effective thickness on some of this gets ridiculous, actually, on the sides of it. But I think if you, and even if you go straight at the machine gun, it's not a you know, I wouldn't necessarily aim for that. There's actually interesting observation, but we'll get to that. So 60 millimeters on the lower glacis, 55-degree slope, but look at the effective thickness here. You know, about 150, and then about 140, you know, ish. And then here we go. We have 120 millimeters thickness on the front plate of this Schmalterm turret, but there's no sloping. It's got a 19-degree angle. So the effective thickness is less than 130 millimeters in most cases going head on. So that's actually where you're going to want to aim for, as opposed to these two spots. Interesting enough. You know, because at most tier 5s, you aim away from the turret and towards the body of the tank. Here, you aim for the turret. So we've got 120 millimeters on the front, and then we got 100 millimeters at 55-degree slope, and 60 millimeters at 55-degree slope. Now, let's look at the tier 3 Panther and compare it. 80 millimeters of thickness, 60 millimeters of thickness, so the lower glacis is the same. This is 20 millimeters degrees less than the tier 5 Panther. And then you've got this pretty decent gun mantlet that has, you know, 100 to 110 millimeters of thickness, and then that's even 100 millimeters of thickness. So, and then compare that, that's like on the Schmalterm, it's 120 millimeters of thickness. So they're actually very similar. So Panther tanks are amazing at tier 3, right? You're the top of the food chain. And then you go to tier 5 and you are the bottom of the food chain, is my argument. Obviously we saw a battle where you can perform well, you know, if you basically... I had a lot of side shots, and I knew some tank anatomy on the Tiger II. So let's actually look at the anatomy of this Panther. What I do like is there's no ammunition in this small turret. But there is, you know, because the Germans have so much ammunition. And someone made the funny comment that the Germans have so much ammunition because they gotta kill so many Russian tanks. And that they do. But, so there's not as much, there's no chance to get ammo racked if you hit the turret. But a lot of crew members there. It's pretty easy to knock this tank out with 1 or 2 good shots. Now, I want to see that IS-4M and see that weak spot we hit. Alright. So we hit him. Yeah, I guess it just was the front. The IS-3 actually has that little weak spot, and I'll show you. Really weird. Nice little weak spot right there. And someone actually pointed out that this is... I was like, oh my gosh, 30 mils of armor, but it's actually spaced armor. But yeah, so the IS-3's got that nice little weak spot. And I did drive out the IS-3, and I realized this at the end of the game, that if you're going to be facing this tank, or, you know, facing someone else, you want to be like this, because look at the effective thickness, and if you were to slant it, your effective thickness goes down. Also got those tank treads. Anyway, that pike is pretty cool. So we saw that. Panther 2. I think that this guy should not be tier 5, but I mean, the Germans have so many Panthers. I actually thought this would have made a great premium tank, you know, at tier 4. A great premium tier 4 tank. But, I don't know, like, you got the T-44. Like, look at the Russians. They got a T-44 at tier 4. That's pretty scary stuff right there. Going up again, you know, and then what you'd think would be the equivalent, I guess, the Panther Ausführung F here. I think that would be a direct competitor to the T-44. But anyway, just my thoughts. So, yeah. Yesterday, the announcement came out that American tank tech tree was released. No tank destroyers, but a lot of cool tanks. I'm still going to be taking requests in that video and on my Facebook page about which tank you guys want me to drive first when patch 1.45 and all of the new American tanks come out. So stay posted for that. Anyway, I thank y'all for watching. Make sure to pull the trigger on that like button. Share the video with a friend, and I'll see you guys very soon.